Hello, my dear children. I welcome you all on behalf of Jetkir International School in the virtual class. Children, this video is basically the revision part. As you know that your assessments are going to come. Yes, so this video I made according to your study. Okay, according how to study for your assessment. Like we are having chapter number 1 and chapter number 2. In this video I am going to tell you about how to study chapter number 1 and chapter number 2. What are the questions which can come, and if you will see the video, you will understand that I go through each and every point. Okay, so you have to study according to that only. So without wasting time, let's start the chapter number 1 and chapter number 2, that is a visit to the north and the great Indian desert. So children, please, if you are having your books, take it. Yes, a visit to the north. See, children, in this chapter, how to study the points which I have taken, like mountains in the north, importance of the Himalayan range, three mountain ranges. Okay, if we will see what are the three mountain ranges, we will go through it. First of all, we will see the mountains in the north. Yes, children, if you will see the map which I have given, yes, if you will see the map, you will understand that what are the mountains in the. Yes, my dear children, if you will see the what we are talking about, yes, mountains in the north. If you will see, children, most of the hill station in the north. If we will go through it. Yes, most of the hill station in the north of India are situated in the Himalayan range, as you all know, which is the highest mountain range in the world, children. So, if you will see the Himalayas, start from Jammu and Kashmir, then Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Nagaland, Assam, Manipur, Tripura, Mizoram and Meghalaya. Okay, so if you will see, children, it end in the northeastern state of Andhra Pradesh, children. Okay, where it end in the northeastern state of Andhra Pradesh. Yeah, sorry, Arunachal Pradesh, not Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh. Here it ends. Okay, children. So you have to know all these things. So about the Himalayan range, where the till where it extend. Okay, children. So that is about the mountains in the north. Then the second point which you have to keep in your mind, that is importance of the Himalayan range. So you should know all this point as I taught you also. It is like boundary wall on the northern borders of our country. It protects us from the cold dry winds that blow from Central Asia and also block the monsoon winds from crossing the northern border, resulting in heavy rainfall in the northern plains. See, children, if the question comes for 2 marks, you have to write 2 points. Okay, if it comes for 3 marks, write 3 points. Understood? If it comes for 4 marks, write 4 points. So it depends upon, see, if it is coming for 2 marks and if it is coming for 4 marks and you are writing only 2 points, I will not give you 4 marks for that. So like that you have to study. Understood, children? Then we are having the very important part, that is the Great Himalaya, yes, or the Himalayas or the Himadri range. So how to study, children, these three ranges? It is very important, children. So that's why I have taken some points which you have to keep in your mind. So if you will see the Himalayas consist of three mountain ranges, children, running alongside each other. If you will see the first one, the Greater Himalaya, it is also known as Himadri range. You don't get confused. So if you will see this range covered with snow throughout the year, Mount Everest is the highest peak, and the second highest peak is K2, that is Mount Godwin Austen. So if the question comes, which one is the highest peak? Okay, so Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world, children. Okay, with the height, you should know the height 8,848, which I not mention here. It is in your book. And K2 Mount Godwin Austen, it is the second highest peak in with the height of 8,611 meter, children. So you have to keep all this thing. These two Mount Everest and K2, they lies in the Greater Himalayas or the Himadri range, children. So which rivers originate in the Greater Himalayas? That is the Satluj, the Indus, the Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra. Second one is the Middle Himalaya or the Himachal range, children. It is located at the south of the Himadri range, if you will see. And you should know that this range has many river, valley and passes. If you study in a book like hill station like Shimla, Kullu Manali, yes, Masuri, Darjeeling and so on, children. You will see thick forests are there, deodar and pine trees are there. Third one is the outer Himalayas or the Shivalik range. It is in the southernmost and the lowest of the Himalayan range. Purvanchal, Shivalik range is also known as Purvanchal range also, children. So you have to go through it. So if you will see these three ranges, if we are talking about these three ranges, they are located side by side and it is very difficult to travel from one range to another. So that's why we are having passes, children. I discussed in the video. Okay, we are having passes. So passes, what is the use of passes? They make our life easier. We can say we can travel from one range to another by using this passes. Okay, children, so you should know where are these passes. Like in your book it is given Karakoram Pass, which is in Kashmir. Shipila, it is in Himachal Pradesh. Okay, because of these passes travel become easier, we can say traveling become easier. Understood, children? So you should know one more pass which is not in your book and I explain you, that is the Mana Pass. Okay, Mana Pass is in Uttarakhand and if you see the Sela Pass, it is in Arunachal Pradesh, children. Okay, children, like that we are having plains in the north, children. Let us learn more about this river basin. So how you will study these plains? Yes, about the Indus basin. Okay, like Indus basin, you know, it is lies in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Rajasthan. Okay, the river Satluj along with the river Jhelum, Ravi, Bees and Chenab flow in the basin. See, you can see the Bhakra Nangal Dam. See, children, Bhakra Nangal Dam is very important dam. Okay, why we are building dam? To generate electricity and to store water, children. Okay, children, so if you will see the Bhakra Nangal Dam, it is used for irrigation purpose also, and it is actually you will see in the state of Punjab and Haryana, we can see. Now Ganga basin, if you will see Ganga basin, it is spread across the states of Uttar Pradesh, children. Yes, Bihar and West Bengal. Yes. So yes, children, if you will see here, the river Ganga originated from Gangotri Glacier in the Himalayas, and the river Saraswati and Yamuna join the Ganga at Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh. Triveni Sangam is there in Ganga basin, children. In Allahabad is a confluence of these three rivers. Okay, what do you mean by confluence? Where the place where two rivers meet, that is called confluence. Understood, children? So like that we are having Brahmaputra basin. Okay, the Brahmaputra basin form a narrow strip of the area in the state of Assam. So we are having the Brahmaputra river originates in Tibet. This is very important, children. Where it originates? The Brahmaputra river originates in Tibet and it is also called Sangpo. T is silent here, Sangpo. It enters India through Arunachal Pradesh and then flows through Assam and empties into the Bay of Bengal. So it ends in there. Feel like that we are having life in the north, children. How you have this type of question comes for 5 marks, 4 marks, children. What are the life in the north? Life in the north, if the question comes life in the north, explain life in the north, you have to explain all this point like climate, people, vegetation, wildlife sanctuary and parks. Then you will get the marks. Understood? If you are writing only about the climate, you will not get the marks. So you have to write life in the north. Yes, most of the people in the northern mountain, as I taught you, that the northern mountains, they are covered through snow. So the climate you can understand here, it is cool and in summer and in cold in winters. Okay, children, like people, we have to know about the people, what are the clothes they wear, which type of language they speak. Okay, children, vegetation. Okay, so pine and the other trees are there, as I told you. Okay, crops like jute, rice, the people, sugarcane, maize, they are eating that. Okay, wildlife sanctuary, if you will see, yes, national parks are there. As we discuss about the wildlife sanctuary, I told you what do you mean by wildlife sanctuary. Wildlife sanctuary, some parts from the government side, it is reserved area. Okay, you can't go there from, you can't take that property because it is of government property. Okay, so actually they are they are protected areas, we can say. Okay, government of India, the preservation of wild animals and their natural surrounding, for that we are having wildlife sanctuary and the parks, children. So what are in Assam, if you will see, Kaziranga National Park is there. Understood, children? The Jim Corbett Park in Uttarakhand, if you will see. So all these parks are very important. You have to mention the names when you are explaining the life in the north. Okay, children. Now let's see the Great Indian Desert, children. This is the second chapter. Yeah, here we are having spelling mistake. If you will see, it is not Thar, that desert. It is Thar Desert. Yes, children. So we are having Thar Desert, children. Thar Desert, you know, children. See, in exam the question may come that in the map label Thar Desert. So you should know where is Thar Desert. See, children, for that you should know about Thar Desert, where it lies. So the Great Indian Desert is also known as Thar Desert, children, and it covers a large part of Rajasthan. So see, that is why Rajasthan is also known as Thar Desert. So you can see in the picture, where is Rajasthan? Yes. So in the map you have to label it. If the question comes, where is Thar Desert? Then we are having sand dunes. See, children, what do you mean by sand dunes? You know. Okay. So we know that sand dunes are the small hills, yes, of sand formed by wind. So that is known as sand dunes. And the winds that blow in desert, if you will see, they are strong and often cause sandstorms also, children. So this frequent wind and storm, they shift the sand dunes from one place to another. So you should know what you mean by sand dunes. If you will see the life of people, yes, the people live in the desert. If you will see the climate, it is very hot, dry. People, they are their house. If we can we will speak about Rajasthan. Yes, their people speak Rajasthani, people speak Rajasthan people speak Rajasthani, Gujarat people speak Gujarati, Haryana people speak Haryani, Punjab people speak Punjabi. So the village, if you will see, in the village we are having mud houses, children. Okay, so if you will see now, the people, nomadic people, these are the Banjaras. Okay, nomadic people, they travel from one place to another, children. Okay, then we can see the animals which were we can see in the desert place. So they camel, yes, camel is also known as the ship of the desert. Why it is known as ship of the desert? Because it can walk and it can survive in the desert for a very long time without water, children. See, people are using plug fields, they are using camel, carry load, travel, pull cart. Okay, like that we are having vegetation. If you will see the vegetation, dates, palm, kicker, babul, grasses, all these are the vegetation part in the Thar Desert, we can say, or the Great Indian Desert. Oasis, we are having oasis. What do you mean by oasis? You should know. Okay, children. If you will see, children, the vegetation, because of Indira Gandhi Canal, children, the life become very easier. It is the water is used in irrigation and for drinking purpose also. If you will see, children, crops like jawar, millet, wheat, yeah, which are grown in, we can say, Thar Desert, children. So here we complete the lesson chapter. Hope you understood what are the points which we have to keep in mind. Thank you for listening and best of luck.